Good evening and welcome, excuse me, good evening and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Well, you guys, I know I've been on, yesterday, the day before, and I needed to come on today because tomorrow starts busy week. Or not tomorrow, but Monday actually starts busy week. So things are about to rev up. So actually, well, tomorrow starts busy week because on tomorrow I will be going to get the garden tag. So when I come on, uh, I don't know if I'll come on tomorrow or not, but if I come on like Sunday or Monday, then I will show you my garden tags. So anyway, I will be picking them up because they're having that open house. Oops, let me take these glasses off. They're having that open house at the where we have our Grow Club meetings where Emily works. So that they're going to be opening up the whole area and all the artisans are going to be showing off what they do and everything. So I'm going to that. Then one day next week, and I need to check my thing. I'm supposed to be not hosting, but being a door greeter, and it's for an event that we're having. And I have not gotten to get seeds yet. I haven't even been to our meetings or anything. So I've got to get a move on. I can always get seeds at some point, but you know, the allergy attack this week threw me off because that was the day that I was going. So please forgive me, but we'll get them going eventually. Okay, then Emily is coming by on next Thursday because she wants to look at the groundhog hole to see what's going to need to be done for that. And then my barter buddy, Cheryl, she contacted me on yesterday and she said that on Sunday, because she knows what's going on with me and then and that the Grow Club is coming to help. She said to take because it's only like 2 hours, she said to take some of that off of them. She said that she and her husband can come and move that white thing to the curb. So I guess they're going to probably need to, or her husband will need to take it apart, which he could easily do. He could just bust it up. We have a sledgehammer that Cheryl actually gave me because she's the one who gave me all those garden tools and stuff last year and the drill and all that. And so anyway, we could grab that sledgehammer and he could probably bust it up. And then all of us, the three of us, could carry the pieces to the curb for a special pickup. Okay, so that's Sunday. Then, let's see. Something's happening Monday. It's something going on every day next week, so I probably won't be on as much unless I get a chance to come on. And then I have an orientation on Thursday at Planet Fitness, y'all. Actually, my insurance pays for the membership at Planet Fitness, and I joined it a year ago and never got there because I ended up having that MS attack and stuff. It was, let's see. Actually, it was almost 2 years ago because my MS attack was December of 2023. And then I wound up November 2023. Then I wound up from, let's see, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. And then after the hospital, I ended up in physical therapy, home physical therapy from December all the way up until March of last year. And so I never did make it, to that. And so now they have these classes where it's like 5 students to a class and you can design your own exercise program, but you work with 5 students who have the same physical attributes, I guess, that you have. So it's not like, you have Miss Skinny Minnie Molly to the left and Fat Freddy to the right and all that stuff. No, it's basically going to be people who like weigh the same or close to you or whatever, and then maybe some of the same health issues. So this is what the orientation is about. So I'll be meeting with the personal trainer, and then he will be, it is a he because I was told it was a he. He will be going over everything with me, and then we'll design a program where I design my own program. I went to the doctor today because I had to get a special letter. Oh, and I'll finish that too. That's Monday's event. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so anyway, I went to the doctor today and I told him about me joining and, rejoining and everything. And so he said to just start with walking, and which I told him that's what I had planned to do. So basically I won't be in there lifting weights on the elliptical bike and all that. I will just be walking. And I want to do that at least we'll start me out slowly and then we'll see. My goal is to get up to at least 30 to 45 minutes for each session. And I don't want to do it every day or anything. Some people do 7 days a week and all that. I want to do probably start off with maybe 3 days a week. So I'll go with the old dialysis schedule for my mom, which was Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then as I strengthen or feel better, then I will increase it. What I want to do is I want to tone up, lose some weight because I have gained tremendously. When that doctor weighed me today, I told him, okay, enough is enough. I'm like, I need to pull some of this off and quickly. I had lost a little last year just by working around the yard and stuff until I went down again. And I know what my problem is, sweets. And so what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'll do my best with the sweets. I can't promise that I'm gonna just go cold turkey. I'll allow myself some, but I think what I'm gonna go with is the intermittent fasting program where you can eat for certain hours of the day, and then when it's time to stop, you stop. My problem is late night snacks and sweets. I know that's what it is. And I'm getting more water. I do drink water, but I think I need a little bit more water, and I need to cut the sweets with the juice and stuff, because that's the problem right there. Just sweets as far as, juices and whatnot, because I do cook sweets, like, you've seen me make cookies and a few cakes, but I don't do that often, usually around the holiday time. In fact, the last time it's been like a couple of months since I've last had a piece of cake that I had actually purchased at Meijer's. But for me to just bake something sweet-wise, I haven't done that. So that'll be easy enough. It's the juice. I drink juice all day, every day. And then I drink my water too at that. But I can cut that juice, and maybe cut it to 1 glass a day if I just have to have a sweet. Oh, and another thing, I like candy, M&Ms and Snickers. So I got to cut that. And another problem has been potato chips. I keep that on deck. I can cut the potato chips easily. So I'm going to just go with a little more healthier. I don't think I have to do anything, super major like a crash diet or anything. If I pick up the activities, with the gardening and 3 days a week at the gym and cut those sweets, I should melt. Remember, ochlostoma, the ostomy, will easily allow me to lose weight because I don't absorb as much. So right now I'm eating more than what I should be as far as my absorption is concerned. So if I get a little bit more healthier and a little bit more active, then ochlostoma can take over with the less absorption, and I should be able to drop weight quickly. So I thank God for that, for having that on my side, because most people, they don't have that where they absorb less, so it's just a matter of me doing my part. So I'm getting ready to start doing my part. So y'all keep me accountable and root me on or whatever. I can do it. Rah, rah, rah. Okay. Now to Monday, before I forget. Monday is I meet with, remember I said I filled out a 10-page application to apply for what they call OLSHA, OLSHA, here in Michigan, or in my city. They had that program years ago, and when I lived in my former home, I applied for it. I was approved, and it was easy back then. Now it's more difficult because it's grant-based now. But anyway, I applied for it. I was approved. And just when they were getting ready to get started with my grass mowing during the summer and snow removal in the winter, they ended the program. And I think it was because, it was before the pandemic. It was before the pandemic. It was like 2019 when they ended it. And I was like, I called them. I was like, why did you guys approve me when you knew that you were getting ready to end the program? And they were like, well, we're sorry, but we have some people on a list that you can look at and they will give you a discount. And wait a minute, it was still going to be over $60 every time they cut my grass or remove snow. I was like, I can't afford that. And so that was the end of that. Well, I happened to be online on Facebook and somebody, it was from a neighborhood association, because we have lots of those in Pontiac. My neighborhood doesn't have one, but my old neighborhood does, where I grew up. And I used to belong to that, years ago. But we don't have one over here. But the one that's over on the area where I used to live, but it's another neighborhood, one of my friends who belongs to that association just happened to post that OSHA had opened up the a free lawn and snow removal program, and she posted a link where you could apply because they needed people to apply. And so, I hurried up. I clicked on it, and it was a 10-page online application. I filled all that out, and I didn't know if it went through or not. I wasn't sure. I was like, well, it's in your hands, God, And so all of a sudden, and this was like a month or two ago when I applied. So Friday, a call came in. I was out back and I left the phone inside. I saw where I had a phone call, and when I listened to the message, it was the lady from OSHA. So I called her back immediately. She left her cell number because she was getting ready to leave the office. And so I called Candace back, and she told me everything I had to bring in. And boy, it's a lot. I have to take in my newest monthly statements for my utilities. I have to take in my deed. I have to take in my declaration of homeowner's insurance. I had to bring in a doctor's letter, which is what I got today. That's why I had to make that appointment for today. And I went and I have the doctor's letter. I proving my disability, proof of income, proof of, something else. There's a lot. And so I asked her, I was like, wow. I was like, the last time all I had to do was make the call and do the online. She was like, this is different because it's grant based. And because it's a federal grant, that she said they'll be audited. They want to make sure that the monies go for what is needed for. She said this will go on for a number of years. She's like, it might be indefinite. It all depends, on politics, that. But the money is there. Right now it's in the millions. And it's for people who are either disabled or 62 or over. So I'm 60, and then I won't be 62 for a couple of years. But she said, you qualify. She was like, when I looked at your application, she's like, I just need those items that that she asked me to bring in. And fortunately for me, I always keep my stuff in order. I mean, the house might be junky, but as far as important paperwork, life insurance, all that stuff, it is in a set spot, and I keep it updated. So when my new declaration comes in June, and all that, my new house payment, because every year it either goes up, it never goes down. I broke even last year. I have a feeling they're going to kill me this year. We'll see. But I keep all that stuff in order. Whenever something new comes in, I take the old out and replace it with the new. So I had everything right there. All I needed to do was go to the doctor's to get the doctor's notice. That was it. So that was easy peasy. So I meet with her Monday, and I think it's at 12 o'clock. I wrote it down. It's either at 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock on Monday. I meet with her, and we'll go over everything. She'll get me, officially enrolled. And so probably by next week, they will be mowing my lawn because it needs it. They'll put me on the roster. And then the last thing before I get off, because we're heading towards 20 minutes, I unghettofied the potatoes, y'all. I know that looked bad. Y'all can tell me now, laugh, okay? That looked bad. So what I did was, I got those big giant planters where I had the French tarragon and all that stuff. Y'all see my big giant brown planters, and I had 4 of them, or 5 of them rather, on the deck. I went on and grabbed one today. It was raining like a misty rain, and it's supposed to storm later because we hit 80 degrees today. But guess what? We're dipping again tomorrow. Yesterday was fairly nice. We hit like 59. The day before that, the allergy attack, and we had dipped. So we're going through this hot one day, cold the next, I don't think we've had a spring like this in a long time. And that lets me know come May, it's going to go straight from this to blazing hot. I already know it's going to happen. So I'm getting prepared. So anyway, I grabbed one of those planters and those 4 potatoes. What I did, I took that soil that's already amended. And since it was misting out, it wasn't that wet, but it was, moist. So I picked that up. I lined the bottom with a little bit of the hay and some leaves. Then I started filling it up with soil. And once I got up to the widest part at the top, then I stuck the potatoes into the soil. So they are soil planted. So we'll see what happens. So those are the only ones that are soil planted. So they're no longer root stout. Okay, and then I took the rest of the soil, and it was plenty. In fact, there's some soil left over on those cardboard pieces, which I'm going to pick up on tomorrow and get those thrown away. And then I'll figure out another way to kill off that patch. I might just dig it up and just plant grass seed and then try it that way. I don't know. But anyway, and then, maybe the lawn people can give me an idea of what to do with that. But anyway, so the potatoes are now planted, and I'll show it to you. And it's still looking bad out there because the cardboard is still in the middle of the yard. And then I'm gonna show y'all my, oops, my hand's in the way. Then I'm gonna show y'all my plants. I got to show it to you since I started the yeast fertilizer. Now the yeast fertilizer, it did well for my plants in the greenhouse. I checked on those today. Killed my eggplant, so no eggplant this year. Because the other 2 I planted, I might can start. Nah, I know what I can do. I'll just buy some if I can find the little fingers. I don't like the big eggplant. I like the skinny Japanese eggplant or little fingers. I can't start it. It's too late to start it from seed now. That was a February plant. So from time to time, I can find it at Pelly's. So as soon as Pelly's is ready in early May, I'll get out there. And if they have it, then I'll buy a couple of those plants. I'll just go on and spend the $3 because their plants are cheap. Everywhere else is high. But anyway, all my cold crops are doing pretty good in the greenhouse. And what else? I'll show you these potatoes, so you'll see that. Oh, but I'm going to show you the plants that I used the yeast fertilizer. Talk about a difference. They look gorgeous. At least some of them do, but all of them did well. But some of them, it's a noticeable difference. So I'm going to show y'all that. So let me get up. And let's look at the potatoes first. Okay, I'm going to turn the phone around. You just look through the door. So that's how the potatoes look now, y'all. I know it's bad, but that's it. But I'm going to get that cardboard up tomorrow. It started raining harder, and then I had to go to the doctor. So I'll get that cardboard up tomorrow. And then that soil, I'll just lay the soil and the hay on top of that area of grass. Okay, so now let's go to the back room. Well, we'll stop in the first seed room first. As you can see, my runner beans, they're running. That one really, and after the yeast fertilizer, it took off. Okay, this darn thing's probably ready to produce. And then I've got these right here. But now my pole beans, this one has little holes, so I think it's the fungus. Oh yeah, look at the fungus gnats, y'all. And see, they're getting worse because these plants should have been in the greenhouse, but our lows are dipping below freezing, and that greenhouse is just, it's hitting 90. Oh Lord, something died. What is this? Oh, a runner bean. Okay, those 2 died, but the other one didn't. Okay. But anyway, and that's probably, it looks like, because those didn't never really take off. And this one is so big, I think he just sapped all the nutrients from those 2 little ones. But that's okay. I have plenty more. Okay, but look at how everything has just kind of taken off in here. You know, the tomatoes, even my little struggling Jimmy Nardello over here, I can't see. So I hope you can see it down there. Even that has done better. I need to get water, you know, to the plants. I won't put any more yeast fertilizer. I'll just put regular water here because they're starting to dry out. But anyway, so these are the plants in here, the squashes and all that stuff, and peppers. Okay, so let's go to the other room. Now this, I'm going to show you my prize plant, the one I love the most. This one right here. Look at this thing, y'all. It's a squash. It's the, I forgot what the BB stands for, something squash, but look at it. I mean, that thing just went wild. And a lot of these other ones kind of went wild. The tomatoes, see how the black cherry ones, how they grew? Now the chocolate sprinkles are still kind of small because they're back there. The ground cherries here have taken off really good. The crookneck squash, I've got fungus gnats flying everywhere. And I'm just sick of them, but it's nothing I can do right now. I don't want to spray. But these plants, I think I'll be able to get them out within the next week. My dwarf sunflower. And these are the beans that I just planted. And I even put some yeast fertilizer in there when I watered. And I still have some coming up. Here's one right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me point to it right there. That one just came up overnight. The heat, I'm through with the heat, man. So tomorrow I'll be getting... if it hits 77 again, I'm going to take these plants out. They'll survive for an hour or so while I get this table cleaned up, get the heat mat cleaned and put away. The grow light, that stays year round anyway, so it'll stay there. But it might kill off some of these fungus gnats, for one. And then on top of that, the plants will get a little hardening, out there. And I'll just set them on the table for maybe an hour while I get this, cleaned up, get the heat mat put away for the winter. I have my box there, get it put away, and then clear this table off of everything. And then I'll get these up-cupped. I think these green beans can be up-cupped now. And then that's it, And then I'll get all my seed starting trays washed up and put away. I'm through starting seeds until midsummer, because I am going to succession plant this year. I said in June I will start more squash, and then I'm not going to start anything in July, but maybe early August I'll start some more squash or something like that. I might do some more squash in July, but I am going to succession plant more green beans. Let's see, squash, possibly some more cucumbers, that type of thing. So anyway, so everything's coming along, I think, pretty good. It's just that I'm at a delay. It's a delay. Backyard still looking a mess. So there's you can see the groundhog area. So I moved those bricks. So those bricks will be put away. The white thing there is what's going to be taken away on Sunday. So I'll have that area, free. So I think I might end up moving my smoker to that area. Or I could probably put my bench there or something, and take it off of this porch. I'm not sure. I'll do something with that. And then when Emily comes, she's also going to walk around the perimeter to decide what else. Because she said it's not going to take the full 2 hours to do the groundhog thing, especially if we know in advance. Because I'll have the materials. If we decide to pour concrete or whatever, the materials will be here. So that probably won't take but a few minutes to get that sealed off. So my list, and I'll have her to look through the greenhouse. My list is for them to get the shade cloth up in the greenhouse. That would help me tremendously. And I need that now because, like I said, it's already hitting 90 in there. Even on today, it's cloudy. It's about to storm, and it's been raining on and off all day. So therefore, that greenhouse, it needs the shade cloth because it's just too hot in there. I'm going to go on and go with the crates again this year because I really don't feel like, trying to get all the soil. So I'm going to still use that one there, that deck crate. That deck garden on the deck. I'm going to also utilize the brown things, probably for peppers and green beans, herbs, that type of thing. So the deck will still have the deck garden. Inside of the greenhouse, I have those 3 tubs, the one with the dead strawberries. I don't think those are coming back, so I think I'm gonna just take those strawberries up and put because they're dead, and put the green beans or something in there. I have a deck garden, an empty deck garden that's full of soil, and then I have the crates. And a lot of those crates are still full of soil. So I'm going to just reuse them, re-amend the soil. Our compost is ready. So, oh, that's another thing I have to do next week. I have to go pick up compost, because the compost that I pick up will fill up, because I have buckets. I have at least 4 buckets that I can go to fill up. And those buckets will fill up these brown containers. And that'll just save some money. You know, I still plan to buy the black cow and everything, you know, to have that on deck. But the compost that we get free through the Grow Club, that's some good stuff, y'all. And then I need to add to that garden bed there where I planted the onions. And Diana, like you, my Irish Way potatoes have not said a word. And usually they are up by April, late April. But see, our weather is so bad right now, you know, they can't come up. So if they don't come up, I'm going to utilize the 2 tables where I planted them, because I've got potatoes planted out front, and that'll be it. If those potatoes don't come up, I can put something else in those tables, okay? So I'm rambling now, but that's the plan. But, you know, everything, we're going to get started next week, and then I'll be doing a little here and there. I need to get out there with the leaf blower. I need to pick up those limbs. That stuff I can do, but I just haven't had a chance to get started yet. But yeah, I have a lot of blowing to do, stuff to put away. A lot of that mess, you know, is just junk that I can put away, and I can start getting it straightened out, get all that ash cleaned up from the deck grill, you know, all this stuff here. You know, that stuff I can just take a day out to do. Those crates that are on the outside of the greenhouse, I have crates on the porch, crates by the shed, and crates on the side of the greenhouse. They all have soil. Oh, and I did do some cleaning in the greenhouse today, so it's back. Order has been restored in there. So I can get those crates now that I know I'm going to utilize them again. I will get those into the greenhouse, decide where they're going to be placed, which will be probably in front of the containers that I have in there, and then get started. You know, then I can start, you know, it'll just look a little better at least. And then I need to get my summer stuff out. You know, I can pull out my umbrella and, you know, for the table and all that stuff. And then hopefully the Grow Club, you know, whatever it is they decide to do, Emily will have a list, a chore list for the volunteers. So whatever they decide to do, it will be decided, and I'll let you know as soon as she gives me that information. Next week, she'll be here Thursday, and then by next Thursday, I'll know exactly what they'll be doing. So if the cleanup part, that would be nice. You know, that would help a great deal. And so it might be possible, it's possible it might be completely cleaned up by next week, depending on how many hours it takes. You know, 2 hours, we can get a lot done. I'll have trash bags for them, all that, and leaf bags. I've already brought those out and stuff. I have rakes. I have all the tools that they may need. And it depends on how many volunteers we have too. Okay, so yeah, now I've really rambled. We're at 30 minutes now, so I'm going to end this, and I will talk to you guys later. And may God bless you all. So you know what's happening on the Que-stead now. So talk to you later, because it's about to storm. It's only 6 o'clock, and it's looking mighty dark out there. So I will talk to you later, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.